we will be discussing about junction objects. And what is a junction object? Junction object is created in Salesforce. And now you would be asking, what is Salesforce? So Salesforce is nothing but it's a cloud-based software, and it provides its customers a platform to develop their own applications. So BCC, it serves low-income community and groups, preferably about the Latino, groups, and it serves them and it provides education. It's and support during childbirth and postpartum years, and it also gives them child development up to 5 years of age. What it does is it stores all the data related to clients and doulas. It used to do that on spreadsheets and Word documents. But now what we've done is we've actually streamlined their process in Salesforce and for managing their doulas and contact clients very effectively. So what you're going to see is we've made their task very much easier.
Under project overview today in BCC, we are going to discuss about one particular requirement, that is a junction object. Contact and doula information are two objects here in our Salesforce application, wherein contact client is a primary object, and this stores all the information related to clients of BCCC. Doula information is a custom object, which is a secondary object. It is created to store the information of doulas who support the clients during childbirth. So in Salesforce, there are two types of objects: standard objects that come inbuilt with the application, and custom objects that we can configure. There are two relationships in Salesforce: lookup relationship and master detail relationship. These allow you to create a normal parent-child relationship, which is sometimes referred to as one-to-many relationship. This means there is only one parent, but multiple child records that can be associated. However, what happens if you need to connect many parents to many children or child records? So here in Salesforce, in the BCCC Salesforce org, we have two objects: contact client and doula information. By creating a junction object, that is client doula, we can link or create a relationship between many contact clients to one doula and many doulas to one contact client who has given services to that particular client. Junction object in simple terms can be called a custom objects with two master detail fields. We'll be discussing this junction object today.
So the challenge while working on this objects was we had to establish a relationship between the contact client and doula information object. And we were also looking in a simple way, it was how to see the records of contact client on information object, a contact client object, and similarly how to see doula information on contact client. So we did this by creating a junction object. I'll just take you to the same way like Aditi showed you. So we created this relationship by relating the objects by many-to-many relationship. Okay. So what we did first, we created the junction object is basically it takes two master detailed relationship. So one relationship, master relationship, we created between the, I'll show you in this, if you see the schema builder here, we created between contact and client doula, and another one we created between doula information and client doula. So that way what happened, we can retrieve all the data of contact as well as doula information on this contact doula junction object. So this is how this junction object is going to work out.
So we'll look at what we have achieved from this project. This junction object has enabled BCCC to gather and store the data in Salesforce more efficiently. It has enabled to support and manage the clients and doulas information in a better way. The BCC community used to store all the data related to clients and doulas on spreadsheets or Excel sheets. Now they have streamlined the process in Salesforce for managing their doulas and contact clients effectively. One doula can give services to many clients, including prenatal services, yoga, massage, lactation, etc. By creating a junction object, it has become easier for the BCCC community to track the doulas records and in turn reward them accordingly. Similarly, one client may receive services from multiple doulas. All this information now can be tracked through a click of a button, but when you navigate on the client or doula record, all the information is stored there for future purposes. I have created a small pictorial representation of how a junction object is. This is contact and doula. These are the two objects. This is the primary and the secondary object. Then when these two objects come together, if you want to relate many to many records on each object, then you need to first create a junction custom object called, we named it as client and doula. On that junction object, we have to create two master detail fields. The first master detail field that you will create will become the primary object. For us, here it is contact, client, and then the secondary is doula.
Okay, so what we've learned through this project is that we have configured new page layouts, fields, and we learned how to data model and set field accessibility, and and create junction object, and we learned how to do validation rules on this project. So, and the thing that we've learned is how to have 3 to 4 sandboxes also. Now, all these sandboxes we learned is a developer sandbox, where it is actually it's an isolated environment where we can it includes development. We configure in that environment, we test, and we work. We have little bit data also in that environment. So we work on that environment in that manner. And then we have a developer pro environment which is used for UAT testing, which is called user interface testing. And then we have a full, in our case, it's actually production. So a production sandbox is where we implement what, it's, and that is just to avoid the downtime. And we don't want to, use any it's basically to avoid any mistakes that we've done. We implement our final, after our final testing. And another thing that we have learned is how to maintain documents. For documents, we've learned how to put together a login information sheet here, how to have a task management and requirement sheet. And then we've obviously learned a BRD, how to write it, even though BRDs are different for every company, and even a task management sheet, which includes a test plan, test data, all those sheets, they are also different for every company. And then we learned how to use a data loader. So, in some cases, data loaders are paid. They are paid practice, but in some, they are unpaid also. So we learned all of those. So these are the things that we have learned in this project. And and now we are ready and happy to take questions from all of you.
Thank
I
you,
can go.
Juhi. Can I be the first one?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you, Juhi. Thank you, Jyoti, and thank you, Aditi. It's a really good presentation you've given. Um, uh, so my question is actually, it's not a question, it's a doubt, like, so that me, myself, and me, whoever is in the call can understand better about junction object. So my question is, so without junction object, just by without the junction object, just having a contact lookup on DOLA object and DOLA lookup contact object, would that, how it works without the junction object? That's what my question is.
So without the, no, if Juhi, you want to go ahead, you can.
No, you go ahead, Aditi.
So lookup will only give you an option for for looking up the doula. It will
Okay.
not, you will not be able to relate multiple records. Only one record can be, say, for doing a lookup. Suppose I'm the doula and you are the client, and I want to relate my a client to me. Like I need one, like whatever services I've provided to you, I want to relate your name under my record. Then I'll only get an option to relate your name, select your name. I won't be able to select many records under that, because I will be ultimately giving services to many of them. Those names won't be able to we won't be able to do it under lookup relationship. So
Okay.
hence we created
So
the
you mean suppose in this case, you mean like, okay, you are the doula, I am the client, and you gave some services to me, and someone else came, some Jyoti came, and then she wants from you same services. Then she has to go and make a complete different record, you mean, right? Without the junction object?
No, so yeah, without I will be able to relate, the client will be able to relate her name with under my record, but to relate multiple records, it's not possible.
Yeah, see, that's okay. Yeah, that is what. So
Only
yeah,
one.
you can.
Like suppose today I have given service to you, and we related your name under doula, under
Yes.
my name.
Yes.
Tomorrow I'll be giving service to someone else. Then
Okay.
if I select that name through the lookup, then your name will be gone. That won't be there in the system.
Yeah, that is what I want to know. Okay, yeah, that is the why we should have a junction object. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Thank.
I can ask on behalf of other members. So how does the deletion work in the junction object?
So in the junction object, so here in Salesforce, BCCC org, contact client is a primary object. That's a parent object, and doula is a child object. Because as I mentioned before, when we create a custom junction object, we have created as a client doula junction object. Yeah. So under that, can you move to the next slide, the achievement slide? Yeah. So here, when I created, while creating a junction object, the first thing you have to do is do a master detail relationship on this object, the junction object that we have created. So while doing a master detail, first, whichever object you create, you select first is going to be a parent object. So here, contact is parent and doula is the child, because we created this second. When the records are deleted, if we delete any parent record, automatically the child record is deleted. That's the function of the junction object. But if you create a child record, anything, if you delete any doula's record, because it's a child object, the parent object will still stay. It won't be deleted.
The associated, yes.
So in a layman's language, a parent and a child. So without the parent, there is no child.
Child, yes.
Yeah, but a parent, even if the child is deleted, the parent can still be there.
It's similar to the master detail relationship. It works the same way, even in the junction object relationship, basically, right?
Mhm.
Thank you.